Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Ronnie.
And I'm Naz.
And we are New Girls on the Block.
Yes.
So this week we're going to be talking about the Shared Black experience.
Yes.
It is Juneteenth as we speak.
Yep.
Y'all going to be hearing it a little bit in the future, but it's also Black Music History Month, which is really every month.
Period, because we know.
We know the truth. But yeah, we're just going to be getting into like the experiences that make us all relate across the diaspora. Like no matter where we are in life, it's just like certain things that Black people, we're like, we right here with, you know? And it's like we just get each other.
Yeah, it's like an intuition. We all kind of like connect in certain ways. And it's like when we see a certain like look or we already know and then a certain saying we already kind of know. So we're just going to touch on like
the
difference
that
in
connect us.
Yeah, the difference in like experiences and how like even though certain like families wouldn't experience that, like in a sad family, it's still familiar in a way. So that's what we're being touching on. But first things first, like we always do. Yeah. You want to get into our week?
Let's get into our week.
Yes.
So far, my past week was it cool? It was cool. Like I had a good week. Oh, we filmed early in the week our last episode of the podcast, so that was really cool. I love having my brother on.
Yeah.
If you're watching, shout out to Richard.
Period. And y'all go check out the last episode.
Yes.
Yes.
Long distance relationship. Get into it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we had my brother on the podcast, which was really fun. During the week, I worked, but during the weekend, it was really cool. I spent time with my boyfriend. Nice. We went to the beach. We had like a little day where we rode bikes on the beach, and then we went to Manhattan Beach. It was just like a whole beach day. That was really fun. On the day before, what did I do? I don't know. I just hung out with my man all weekend. You know me, my man. So yeah, I just chilled with my boyfriend. What else did I get into? I finally updated my resume.
Hey, that's always a plus.
Yeah, that was a good thing. I feel like good about it. I feel like I have a very strong resume. Yeah. I'm just like looking towards the future, you know? I'm really looking towards the future.
That's what I need. My resume is like trash. Yeah. I need to really like focus on editing it and just like getting my life together, y'all.
Yeah. But it was a real chill week. I don't think nothing too eventful happened, but yeah, today we're probably gonna go see the Blackening.
Oh yeah.
And I'll get back to y'all on that.
Yeah. So
how was your week?
For me, it was good overall. Work, chill. Didn't do much during the week, but yeah, the weekend I went on Saturday. I spent a little date time too. I did a date night with my mans, and we went to see The Blackening. Y'all, if y'all have not seen that movie, if y'all have not heard about that movie, do your research and go see this movie, because it is like literally the funniest movie that I've seen in a long time. Like, and I'm like big on funny movies, and I'm big on like
actual comedy.
Yeah, and I feel like certain stuff could get corny, certain stuff could get like this, they are like dragging it or something like that.
Or making it a character. I hate no shade. Exactly. I used to love Kevin Hart, but now it's literally like a character of Kevin Hart or Tiffany Haddish, like character of a Black person.
Exactly, and I feel like being that most of the cast were like a new age cast that we don't really know of, like in acting. I feel like some of them I've seen on certain things, but movie wise, so I feel like being that they weren't like fully known yet, it kind of gave it a fresh new experience with the Black comedy in a movie. But y'all, it was so funny. All the jokes are like nearly every joke hit, and that's like rare to have. Like sometimes it'll get like stale, or I feel like it's
I honestly feel like I haven't seen it since like Scary Movie 2.
Exactly.
Everything was just like funny.
And that's how I feel like this is like, it's not as like goofy as Scary Movie 2 or like those scary movies, but it's like just funny and just like a new take. I don't know. It's like one of the best movies I've seen.
So y'all go watch it.
Yeah,
we had a lot of good movies from that. The Little Mermaid. Like
Yeah, I feel like movies is starting. It's another movie that's coming out soon that I didn't even know what the title was, but Samir was looking at it and he was like, "Oh, this looks like." Do you know the movie? Have you seen Sorry to Bother You?
Sorry, but Lakeith, my man. I don't care if you got a kid, I don't care if you got a wife are you, Lakeith?
If you watch it, Lakeith, fingers crossed. But yeah, that movie, he said it seemed like that, so I was like, oh, next time I'm gonna like look up the trailer for this new movie to see what it is, because if it's like that, no, but if it's like that, no, but if it's funny like that or that type of style, I like that. It's like that was a unique movie too, like, completely unique like experience in a movie. Like I've never heard a story like original idea.
That ending, I never seen it coming.
Yeah, who could have? Who could have? Like, and if y'all didn't see that, make sure y'all watch that too.
Yes.
But yeah, that was my week. I didn't do too much. I hung out. I went to the movies yesterday. Oh, also I went to like a little Juneteenth party yesterday.
How was that?
It was fun. It was like a my sister's boyfriend's family did like a Juneteenth / it was his brother's birthday, and like just like a little backyard bash. It was so cool. Yeah, it's just like a little vibe, and I went there, and his brother, whose birthday it was, made me this crazy strong drink. Y'all, I was like buzzing. And I'm not a big drinker. Like I don't drink often, but I was like, oh, it's a party. Let's have some fun. Let me have a drink. But yeah, that thing was strong. Shout out to you with that drink making skills.
You know, I forgot my whole Saturday because I now realized that I was drunk off the champagne. I went to a whole community day in Venice.
Oh really?
Yes.
That sounds fun.
Yes, it was fun. Oh my God, it was Killian with my uncle from Texas, and my uncle pulled up and emptied his beer thing, and he was like, yeah, there's 6 empty beer bottles. They were like, when did you drink this? He said, on the way here. He was right in the back seat. He wasn't drinking it. He wasn't drinking it.
We might need to cut that.
But he was like, he's like that crazy uncle. He's like that Bernie Mac uncle.
Everybody got it.
And I was just telling my boyfriend, because he's like always talking about how people are so politically correct. And I'm like, nah, you get in a room with somebody's uncle, they gonna have you crying the whole time. Killian, my uncle, was just sitting back just laughing.
Really?
A pregnant woman walked by. My uncle was like, did I do that?
Oh my
God. He looked at his watch like,
silly.
Seems about time. Like he was just on one. That was so fun. My nana came out, and she was one of those people, like during COVID, she kind of got like really scared. She became way more introverted and more like in the house. But she was like, I had to get out today. She came out.
Yesterday, not to cut you off, but yesterday was like that day. Everybody had to be out. I was like, I have to be out.
It felt like the first weekend of summer.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had a really good experience just having my boyfriend just around my family. And he literally was like, this is the first time I feel like I was back home.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
Like, I really feel like this weekend my family like really like bonded closer with him. So that was fun.
That's good.
It was just fun seeing all like the black people. It's like their hood day, but they call it community day.
Where is that?
Venice, like
the beach?
It wasn't at the beach. They have it at the park, a park called Oakwood.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a long story. We're gonna talk about it off camera.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's basically their community day. Like everybody comes, barbecues.
Oh, I love
eats.
that.
Like they had the the mobile arcade for the kids. They had jumpers. They had the lowrider show. Like it was just like a whole thing. Yeah,
that's cool.
And they do like once a year, like crits from every generation of people, like from the young kids to like the old heads, and then everybody just come together and just like celebrate just like each other in their community. So that was beautiful.
I love stuff like that. Like I feel like the black barbecue was just my thing. I love barbecues at the park, and that was just like growing up. Like that's something I miss so much. Like my family used to do, because my family used to be like a lot bigger. Now like you know people are passing away, getting older. We're all getting older, so nobody really do that no more. Like the good barbecues, and I'm like, oh, I miss it so much. Just chilling out in the park.
I might end up for my birthday, because I know I was talking about San Diego
barbecue,
but I'm like, maybe I'll just stay in LA and do like a beach barbecue, or
that'd be so
do Dockweiler and just get a speaker, do music, have everybody play volleyball, bring board games, and like. I think I might end up doing that, because it's like everybody could come to LA. It's like an easiest thing, and it's 4th of July weekend too.
Oh yeah, like, that's perfect. Exactly. And I feel like do Dockweiler still do that? Like let you reserve areas? I don't know.
I'll be there at 6 a.m. gonna be there that early.
Yeah, that's what like 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm gonna go real early.
I love that idea. I'm so down.
Because that restaurant booked out the pink one with the lotus flowers that I wanted. Did I show you the brunch spot?
I feel like I'll have to, because I feel like you showed me a couple.
But it was like a really pretty outdoor one and had like a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Girl, they are booked until April.
See?
I mean, not April, August.
TikTok be making stuff.
Yeah, like sell out and reserve.
Yeah, because I have a spot and I've been holding on because I was like, I should make a TikTok on this, but it's like,
yeah, no.
I don't want to because I'm not going to be able to get the food that I want.
And then I feel like the service goes down too. Like, I don't like met her at a bar. Like, I feel like they got TikToked out.
Yeah,
like,
and I never even went, but every time I look at the menu, I'm just like, it's probably nothing that I really care
It's nothing special.
Yeah.
And it's always crowded. And then when you go in there, it was like a whole story I'll tell you later. But basically, they tried to tell Dana, like, Dana don't eat eggs. And she's like, can I have egg whites? And they were like, oh, it might come out with egg whites, but it might not. Because they don't really care to ultra menu.
Like,
I'm
what
like,
type
what do you
of
mean you might or
wouldn't
you
care?
might not? Like,
yeah,
just
like,
don't give me any eggs.
Yeah.
Well, we can't just take away that. Like, what?
No, I don't like stuff like that. And every time, like, literally, I could go past there at a Monday, like, early, 10 a.m., and it's still packed. Like, it's like,
and their food is like nothing special.
Yeah.
I promise you, it's nothing special. I've been to both sides. Met him and met her. Me and Killian went to dinner there, and the chicken we had like some chicken pasta. And he works in restaurants. He was like, "This is pre-frozen chicken." Like it was just like white, unseasoned, like square blocks of chicken. I'm like, how are y'all using this for pasta? You're not supposed to be an Italian restaurant. It's just like, like I don't know.
That did not sound.
And then when we went to met her at a bar, Killian, it paid to have a white person on your side. Cause he be not letting shit slide.
Yeah, I remember even when we went to what's the name together, the
CJ's.
Yeah, he was like, "This is nasty," and I was like, and I don't know. I feel like it's just I don't know if it's me or if like
we get so used to just being like
acceptance
okay, yeah, but he be like, no, like this is not what I want. This is not what I paid for. But he seen the girl. Met her at a bar. I think she was saying something because she was talking and then she looked at us and then the people, they looked at each other and started laughing. And Killian was like, what are y'all talking about over there? Y'all talking about us clearly because you just looked at us and started laughing. So can we know what are y'all talking about? And Dana was like, fuck this. Like, then we just got out of there. But he's like, nah.
He was not playing.
He was not playing.
And I feel like, and like I said, even earlier, like how black women, I think I said it off camera, but how like black women are like, we are usually, and I feel like that's probably why I feel like I changed a lot of like speaking my mind because always we're troped as like
the angry black woman,
complaining black woman, like that type of stereotype. So I kind of like start holding my tongue with stuff like that because like, even though I know it's like not what I want or it's nasty or whatever, I'm still gonna be like, like I'm not gonna really like
deal with it.
Yeah, but that is, I feel like to have a personality like that, it's not mean or rude. It's showing what like this is not the quality of what I'm expecting to pay for.
Respect, like it's like a matter of respect, and I realized we need to stop living under the white gaze. Like who cares? Like who cares what this person might think if react like this? Like just not living for other people, but living based off of like, and subconsciously we do it. It's not like we're like doing it on purpose, but just wondering like if we say something like too mean, how would this person take it? Like, and even working where we work, I had to realize like I started muting myself and living under like the white gaze because it's like, okay, if I act like this, what they're gonna think? But they be acting crazy too.
Crazy.
So no, like,
I feel the same way. I feel like it could be even like a LA thing. A lot of people are like, kind of like just have this facade of just, oh, I'm gonna be like so kind and so nice and so this and so that.
Fake.
Yeah, and it's really just fake because behind it, it's like, I don't really care about them or I don't, you know. So I feel like that personality is just like a good one to have because you're not letting nobody run over you or just give you mediocre experience for something that you are paying for, you know. So I think to a certain extent though, because some people could take it there where it's like, or you being like crazy and you like attack, like being combative when it's like not even that big of a deal. But,
Isaiah.
Oof.
It's in our past. It's in the past.
Yeah, but yeah, somebody like that, like just like where it's not even like necessary to be that.
Like when you get to Hotepi, and it's like the white man.
But he wasn't even just. It wasn't even.
He was just crazy.
Yeah, because it wasn't even like. I feel like certain like amounts of Hotep is like.
He was like misogynist.
Yeah,
and, like,
he wasn't even following.
And then like race. I remember when he said black women ruin the black community because we eat meat, and I was just. Like,
but then they tried to claim he was so vegan.
It was eating Popeyes.
Yeah, like are you not? That's just a crazy.
We're gonna have an episode on our craziest friend moment.
Yeah, because him and then the other one, I didn't want to mention names, but they was like really crazy.
No, I would never forget when we asked in a roll up and we were just talking in the front, and then we turned around and the blunt was like in half. And I was like, just give me my weed back, bro. Like I didn't want to smoke with you no more. Like,
yeah, they were like really
off the wall.
Off. And like, girl, do you remember we went to Boston Open and they started licking the plates?
I think that my memory scrubbed that. Like, no, I don't remember that. That must my subconscious took that all the way back in the library.
I will never forget because I'm like, that was
licking
the wildest. That was the wildest thing. Like, who goes to a restaurant and start licking a plate after they ate all their food?
Oh my God. That's what you call no home training.
No home training. They really was like
just
a
out
mess.
there.
I'm so glad they're in the past. They're weird. They were cool at sometimes, but then they started being.
It just got too weird.
Like
from the mail order brides to the bed on the bathroom floor. It just got too crazy. One day we're gonna have an episode. But
oh my God, yeah, because that could be a full episode of how crazy they were. Like. Literally.
Whenever I tell people about it, they be like, "How did you become friends with them?"
Exactly. I became friends with them through you.
Pan African Studies Club.
Yeah.
College. You meet a lot of crazy people.
True though. Whew. Yeah, he's a whole experience. But
so, okay.
Now jumping into our topic. So the Black shared experience, y'all. The first thing we're gonna talk about is basically, okay, do you know how like we all have this like song as Black people, songs, there's multiple ones that we just like, anytime we hear it, we know that this is the song of the party. Like, I feel like for me, it's a lot of them, but Wipe Me Down is always Boosie.
BOOSIEBABAZZ, that's me.
That's my, first of all, I'm a big Boosie fan. I love me some Boosie music, but that song is just like so iconic, and I feel like I wonder if there's like a science behind why music sticks and why that song is like literally a staple.
Do you think it's relatable? Because we can talk about it like pulled up some gas tank on me, be all drinks on me.
Yeah.
Like I've literally been broke, and I'm like, wow, so everybody like let's go. You wake up the next day mad. Calling the bank like it's been a mistake.
Yeah.
Somebody stole my car. Please dispute. Chase, don't watch this.
For real, I feel it, but I feel like, it's relatable, and I think it's also like just a fun song, and it's like just a part, like, and that's probably what makes it stick. It's like, oh, in the club, having fun, turned up, just like enjoying life, and I feel like that's one of my songs. I have plenty more, but do you have one that you feel like it's like a staple to all Blacks?
Yeah, I feel like Dreams and Nightmares. Like when I hear that intro, like I used to pray for times like this to shine like this. Like it's just like such an inspiring song. Because it literally talks about like from him coming from poverty, like to just who he is now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Pre Nicki Minaj, because I don't know, Meek Mill been like off since Nicki Minaj, but. Yeah, it just shows like a really good come up story, and I feel like a lot of Black people relate to that, like just coming from nothing and just like used to pray for times like this, and then when you look back, you just be like, damn, like look how far I came. Like it's like look how far we come song, and every time I hear it in the club, hold on, wait a minute, y'all thought I was rented?
Yeah.
When I'm about to ask somebody, y'all thought it was rented?
Just the vibe.
It just it takes me there. You know?
I feel like I haven't really experienced that song in a, like a scenery type thing. So I know the song and I like listen to it, but I never seen the full hype of it being somewhere while it's playing. Yeah, I feel like I gotta experience that one. Also, we already know dun, 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 dun. Look at that. What's the song?
Can I get it from the 99s to the 2000s when you hear that song? Oh my. I was trying to explain it to my boyfriend.
It's a trance. I feel like that song is a trance.
Literally, everybody run to the wall. You find the closest person.
I swear. Like yesterday at the little...
it's like a part of Black Joy.
It is. And I feel like yesterday, because it started playing, I really had to constrain myself because I'm like, it's around. It's my mom is here. I was like really like, because this, like literally if that's playing at a party I'm at, like it's
just like your hips. Like,
it's like it's automatic.
Moving,
it's like I feel it and I'm like I have to. Like that's really like a song that I just like. I feel like all Black people, and especially America, is just like that's like core.
I feel like the to the left. Like
cha-cha slide.
Yeah, the cha-cha slide. It's like, what is a cookout without a cha-cha slide? Like, it has to be there.
That,
and then you do the whole dance with your whole
that's like for sure. That one was like even more classic because that came out when I was younger. Like when we was like kids. Yeah. I remember trying to do like the cha-cha. Or was it even before that? I can't remember.
I feel like it's been around before us. I feel, but it might. It's been around since I've been around.
Yeah, I feel like it probably is like 90s. But now it's crazy that anytime, like, it's literally 2023. Like it could play on and you hopping up and do the cha-cha slide.
I'm trying to think of, like, what do you think are some new classics that, like, in 10 years, like, I know, like, Adorn. I feel like that's for sure going to be a classic.
I was thinking about that the other day, too, because I'm like, it was something that I was listening to and I was like, this is a classic, like this is gonna be like
it's always gonna be a beautiful song.
I feel like
you gonna ask your kids what you know about that.
For real. Yeah, Adorn is really like up there. And Sure Thing, because that's being remixed to this day. That came out like literally like over a decade ago and it's still
because that's the same album, right?
No, that was the first one, then that was the second one. But it came out really close, like I believe it.
Miguel and etched his way into like history.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like he's so underrated. Not to jump the gun on, but I feel like
he makes like beautiful love songs, and people don't like. He's not trying to be a rapper.
Yeah, I feel like he is like making these songs, but people aren't appreciating it at the moment. But then it just like expands, and then so, like it starts trickling down to be even like bigger than what it started as, because literally his songs on his album I haven't really listened to like his
Lionheart.
No, it was what was it, War and Leisure, going with celebrate every day like a bird. Luke Skywalker.
Insisting on my lips. Dun 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 dun. That's not the same song, but that's on the album
yeah. Period. Like that. I know it, but I can't think of it. I can't think of it.
That's on my left for you.
Oh, let it rain like
yeah.
Classic, y'all. Like he is a staple in
Black culture.
Yeah, but I feel like that. I feel like it's a classic, but. I'm trying to think of a song that's like always gonna play like at parties or like no matter what you're gonna put this song on and it's gonna be on the playlist. I feel like it's
September. Do you remember?
Oh, but that's class. We talking about.
Oh, like the class. Okay.
That's now, but that's forever classic.
Yeah. I still haven't heard that Taylor Swift version. I'm so mad that she even did that.
I didn't even know she did one.
Exactly. That's better.
And I'm gonna just pretend you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Because
it never happened.
Happened.
What's a classic that you just gotta put on the boombox? I feel like, or slow down.
Yeah, classic.
Like that's like a summer like bop or Amory, Why Don't We Fall in Love?
Yeah.
Like I feel like in the early 2000s we didn't know it's a classic, but at this point it's like anytime you play it, it takes you back to summer.
Yeah.
It's just a July song. Like,
it is. It's
it takes you to a warm, sunny day. Like I just picture myself walking down the street. I'm not even from New York, but I feel like I'll be walking down the street and seeing like the brick houses on the side. Like
wow, that is like I never really looked at it as a summer song, but thinking about it, it's like it do feel like summer.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah, Slow Down is like that too. I'm trying to think, cause I'm trying to think of like a nice bop that's like will be. A lot of Frank Ocean for me. I mean, I don't know if it's that big for everybody else, but I feel like
that Channel Orange is like a whole classic album.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like so many black people grew up with that album.
Yeah,
and it was just like it's like a generational soundtrack to me.
Yeah, it is, and it's always gonna be like I could always put that on and be like it's good. I'm gonna always listen to this.
Not Novocaine, Thinking of You.
Yeah.
Thinking About You. I feel like that's like it's like already a classic.
It
like,
is definitely.
It's like one of the perfect love songs.
It
like,
is. When it came out, oh my goodness, I was so like in love. That's what I started.
That's what got you.
Yeah, because Novocaine was really good, and I was like, okay, Frank Ocean, let me look. But when that song "Thinking About You" came out, I'm like,
this is beautiful. I gotta talk to you after the episode about a Frank Ocean conspiracy that me and Kimmy were talking about. But it would make sense to. It would probably. It's not the happiest conspiracy, but it would kind of make sense to why he acts the way he acts now.
Oh, okay.
But we're gonna get into it.
That. Yeah,
we're not trying to say nothing on camera.
Period.
Trying to get them shots fired.
Period. I feel like Nicki. Itty Bitty Piggy, classic.
Yes, or Monster.
I feel like Monster. Well, for me, I know it's a classic in the. Yeah, I know it's a classic. But I feel like for me, maybe I'm just not like I didn't listen to it at the moment it came. I don't know. I didn't really listen to that song when it first came out. I don't know why. Like.
Cause Rick Ross, nuns to fight.
Maybe I don't know.
Stop being a barb. That's a deep cut. Cause Nicki Minaj don't even acknowledge that he on that song no more.
Oh, dang.
I'll tell you the tea behind that later.
Okay. A lot of tea today about the music industry, y'all. But that's a classic too. I feel like Super Bass classic. That's just that's a summer-ish, fun, pink, cute. Yeah, like
that's when Nicki Minaj entrepreneur in the mogos. I love Your Love.
Yeah, me
and
too.
She has gone on record and said like she hates that song. I love it. I think that made me love it even more.
Yeah,
that you really like that song because I'm like, girl, I'm a stream
crazy
it.
For
like,
real.
I love
that
song. My chest, let me put my cape on.
Yes.
Like,
and that video was so cute. I was obsessed. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I'm not the strongest. I'm not like a Barb now. Like I just kind of like grew out of it. You know. But before I was big stan. Like. Nicki was like.
I feel like it went the opposite. Like I didn't start off as like a super Barb.
Yeah.
I'm a rock star.
Yeah.
But now as an adult, I just be like, Nicki, I love her. Like she be tripping sometimes, but I love her still. Like I be tripping too.
Hey, no lie.
And they be testing her.
Yeah.
They really do. Sorry, did you see they called the police? They called the house services and the police to her house.
I seen that and I'm like, okay, now people tripping. I don't like stuff like that.
That's dangerous. Especially with like her background with her husband. Like, why would you say that they're abusing a child at this house?
And then
I hope she find out who did that.
Me too, because I was like, even though I feel like Nicki, I love Nicki, but she do be doing stuff that's kind of like tripping. I'd be like, that's why I'm not the strongest Barb, but I feel like that's like reaching like crazy. Yeah. So I don't like stuff like that. I hope they find them and I hope they go to jail forever because that's not right to lie on somebody's kids. Like,
It's crazy.
It is.
Soldier. Destiny Child. I need a soldier.
And I didn't realize that as a classic really when it first, like even recently I'm like, is it really a classic? But then it's like, like I think they said that is like, I forget. It's some type of like first beginning that song started, kind of like a trend of something. I forget what it was, but I was like, that song was really. And then Lil Wayne's verse, I'm just like, wow, they really did
had it up like the subway in Harlem.
Yeah, that's
Weezy F, baby. Please say the baby.
Yes, that's.
Oh my God, Lil Wayne.
He
just
a million.
Just him. A millionaire.
I'm a young money millionaire,
tougher than Nigerian hair.
That's just like
your criteria don't compare.
Yeah, it's. I swear,
like, he's a national treasure.
He really is.
I don't know if it's true. My brother told me he went to jail and got his English degree in jail. I never
Probably,
looked it up, but I could like that man is like a word with like the way he. Every time I listen to a Lil Wayne song, it's like I listen to it so many times and then I hear something new. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. And I feel like the thing that irritates me is how they don't give credit that this is like a true art form. This is genius creativity, genius art form. Like,
I mean, what did he do? Go find 2 more. Drake.
Exactly. Like who are like. And that's how you know, like, some people are, like, Lil Wayne is, like, one of the most talented artists. And I feel like I feel like a lot of people know, but it's not really.
They don't put respect on his name. I think Lil Wayne, like, people say, like, he's the GOAT, but people don't really, like, even put him at, like, the level he deserves. And, like, even how people don't really look out for his albums no more. I listen to them still, and they still be great. Like, he did a whole album with Rich the Kid. Fantastic.
Really?
Like, and nobody listened to it, but I liked it. And it was just like, I feel like people are, he still is making like real rap.
Yeah.
And it's not like as conscious as like Kendrick or Lil Wayne, but then it's not like as like Nipsey. It's not a weirdo rap.
Yeah.
So he's not talking about the devil. He's not talking about shooting people up anymore.
Yeah.
He already did that. And
I feel like that's the issue. People are following on music trends and not really, because you know everything now is about the like
trend.
Mumble rap men, and that's why I feel like men.
And then they all say they're inspired by him, and it's just like
it's not the same. And then even that trope. I mean, I know you like Young Thug, but I feel like that whole thing how like they were saying like, oh, he is kind of like replacing Wayne in a way, but I'm like the rap don't even compare to me personally.
I think that like. I feel like not Lil Wayne, I feel like Thug kind of tried to create that narrative. Yeah. Like, people forget, like, first of all, he tried to release the Carter 6. And Lil Wayne blocked him. Like, they have a lot of, like, ongoing beef. Like, at the height of, like, Lil Wayne trying to get his money back from Birdman. Who was Birdman putting on?
Yeah.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, he was.
That was a hit, though.
Yeah, like, but he was putting all his attention into Young Thug. I feel like Young Thug wanted to be Lil Wayne, but it's just like the talent. Like, he's talented, but it's like not on the same bracket.
Yeah, I feel like it's different, whole different genres, kind of.
And even like, I'm sorry, Young Thug wasn't even talented or smart enough to know like, okay, you can rap about this stuff, but don't put your crimes on the wax. Like, exactly. Lil Wayne would never do no sucker shit like that. And no shade.
I totally agree. I feel like he is just like.
And then he shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah. See, like what? Like, you're weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like, he wanted to like kill him and become him. I feel like cause like that was crazy. Like, the people, even me as a Young Thug fan, like we put that to the back of our brains, but that was crazy. Yeah. Like, the fact that you tried to even release the Carter 6 and then he still released the Barter 6. Like, that's really like psycho.
That is. I don't like that.
I don't condone.
Yeah,
the Lil Wayne slander.
Yeah, because I feel like he's just such an icon. Even though he did, and it's like a different. I want to say I keep the personality and some of the stuff he said, because some of the stuff he said was like controversial too, Lil Wayne.
It was controversial, but I have to remember this is a man out of Louisiana, out of the hood. Like, people put these, like, I don't like, I used to get very caught up in that too. Like, even like the A$AP Rocky stuff, like them asking him, he's like, don't ask me about that stuff. I feel like you have to remember where people came from. Like, we're all like, I don't even think people should ask celebrities or rappers about their political views.
Yeah,
because they're not politicians. Yeah. And what are they gonna really do to sway? Like, I don't want Cardi B telling me to vote for Biden.
Yeah.
Because, girl, what do you know?
I mean, well, I feel like Cardi B was able to do, like she said, like she did like research and stuff, and I don't know her skills and how deep she did it, but I feel like she has some actually good points sometimes. I didn't look at her as a political, like, I'm gonna follow Cardi B for her political views or nothing like that, but I do feel like I felt like they used her as a way to get the
young black vote.
Yeah, and like the people.
I gotta ask, what has Biden done for the young black people?
Exactly, though.
Like, so, it's like they use these celebrities. That's why it's like, I would rather just stay away so you're not used in that way. Because Cardi, she's not a stupid girl. And she said some points that I agree with. Mm-hmm. But still, it's like, I still feel like they use these black people to get their vote. To pander. Even Hillary Clinton saying, I got, what she said? I got hot sauce in my bag. Like, ugh.
That's so disgusting. Yeah.
Or Biden saying, "Oh, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Are you stupid?"
That's when I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, same. I was like, this is a joke.
I didn't vote for him.
Yeah, me neither. I was just like, yeah, this is kind of crazy. I'm gonna just stay back and whatever happens with this election. I didn't really care at that point because either way, it was gonna be crazy. So
it's the worst of two evils.
Yeah, but. Taking that, throwing it away because we're not talking about white people right now. We only talking about black excellence today.
Period. So people be saying, I think that I want to give grace to more black artists when they make political mistakes or do that stuff.
Okay.
It's like,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I need to start doing too, because everybody human, my opinions back in the day was stupid. I didn't have I feel like people change and people. The only thing is I would feel is if somebody's like constantly slandering a certain situation where it's like that I disagree with, and it's like they're not making a change or making a conscious effort to even not say something like that or even keep it to yourself, blah, blah. But I feel like if it's like that then, but now I'm trying to, because before I was like, I'm cutting up, I'm a cancel queen, I'm gonna cancel you if you say anything crazy that I don't like, you know?
It gotta be like, to me, like, I still look at Daniel Caesar with a side eye.
Yeah, because that was a whole thing because he did a whole apology. Yeah. But then people was like, he only did that apology because he was having an album drop. And then if that's the case, because they was like, we don't know yet. We gonna forgive you for a little bit. We gonna see. But I felt like I want to trust him because I like his music and people make mistakes, but. If he's doing that just for his album sales to go up, then that's not right, and I don't like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not right, but I just give grace just because it's just like, I feel like black people, I don't know how, we just need to figure out a way to handle things within the black community without completely canceling people, because we do have the power to cancel, but we have the power to cancel black artists that are dependent on black dollars, and I feel like sometimes it's really like, dang, it's kind of messed up. Like, they could even make a whole Black Mirror episode on that, because it's like, look at Kristen Michelle. At the Trump thing, and like, she has never recovered since. Yeah. But look at Kanye West.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, cancel culture affects black women very differently than it affects black men.
And then somebody like Kanye West, I feel like his fan base was
so large and diverse. It's like, and then he did the most. And we know I'm a Kanye fan, but it's not fair. Yeah. Like, I don't think that's fair at all.
I totally agree. I feel like we're giving, I don't know, maybe because of all, like, just how talented and like how much he's put into we're giving him so much grace. It's like, oh, it's just Kanye, it's just him being this, it's just him but it's like,
we have a lot of grace for Kanye West,
a little bit too much, because it's like
his music,
and in his clothing line, and he's just like a mogul.
Bro's like, you don't even read. That was crazy.
I didn't know that, because
like, look how like just reading, we're getting off on a tangent, but we got some interesting things. Because like, look how they used, when people became slaves, they literally took like, it was illegal to read for a reason. It's like, and then after slavery, like, black people went and like, they had to like literacy is very important, and like in the Black community, I feel like people don't really think that's important, but it's what they say. If you want to hide something from a Black person, put it in a book. And then for him to be like that high and say, I don't read.
It's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but
or I don't vote. It's kind of like putting like undermining a lot of things that Black people work for already.
Yeah. But then if you think about it, if that's the case, and he's saying like he don't read, he don't.
Like, why are you saying that?
Yeah. Do you think he's doing it intentionally just to like show like, oh, I'm just Black, I don't read, like, was it that, or was it like he was being like completely honest? Because some Black people really don't like read, and I felt like even when I growing up, I was like, like
he don't read his contracts.
Oh.
He said he don't read, like, and it's like you don't read, like, I don't know, because I don't read as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But I think about that, and I'm just like, I need to make sure I'm reading it. That's how if you're not reading from like books, what are you learning from? TV?
Internet.
There's only 3 people who control all the networks. Like if you really get down to it, it's only a very limited amount of people who control media.
Yeah.
And it's like they get in rooms and talk about what's going to go out to the people. It's very crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're not reading and getting information outside of media, like that's a problem.
Yeah.
I think that's scary.
I think so too in a way, but I feel like I'm gonna play like devil's advocate because I feel like reading is very important, but I feel like a lot of like the books and stuff are put in a certain set out at that time frame, but like with media, like say on Twitter or something, because Twitter is not, I feel like Twitter, it could be just toxic or it could be informational stuff too, and TikTok as well. I feel like a lot of these things are putting out information that I wouldn't get from a textbook. Like literally, I would see people talking about like different Black leaders on TikTok. Something that I'm like, okay, what books would I even have researched to find these people who are written out of history and like, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like, I don't know.
Well, okay, say we take books out of it. I still don't think people read enough because people read headlines, but then they don't go and read the damn article. And it's been so many times where we're going to bring up my friend Isaiah. He will send me stuff like political stuff. Yeah. And like I am a person I love, even if I don't agree with your political views, I'm going to go and read like, okay, what they up to over here in their ignorant land. And he'll send me stuff and then I'll read it and I'll be like, this is like, first of all, it'll be like an op-ed, which is opinion pieces. Yeah. Then it will be like some stuff that has no credible like references or citations, and I just be like, how many other people did you send this to? And you clearly didn't read this. Yeah. And you just sent it to me. How many people are doing that? And like that's where fake news comes in. Yeah. And that's where like you're easily manipulated by the media because you're so willing to just like, oh, this stands out to me and this aligns with what I believe in and what I want people around me to believe in. So let me just send it to them. And if you would have read the article, it could have been like Black men are some monkeys, but you're not even going to read the article.
Yeah, you just like, basing it off a headline and you think that that's what is. Yeah. Okay, I can see that for sure. I feel like it is a lot of opinion based in media, especially like on these sites and stuff. But when it's come to like, I feel like you always want to do, because I'm a firm person on, I'm not going to say I know anything before I have the knowledge to really fully back it up. And even then I'm like, this is what I know, you do it. Because I don't know, maybe it's just like a thing that I hate being wrong in a way, but I just don't like to put out like, oh yeah, this is what it said in this and blah, blah, blah. Like this is correct or this is real. Or like, I don't know, I just don't like being wrong, so I'm not going to be wrong. So I'm going to make sure it's completely right before I'm
That is a good thing to practice, because I even catch myself getting caught up. I'll be talking to my boyfriend about something, and then he'll be like, how do you know that? And I'll be like, I heard it on TikTok.
And then it's like, is
okay,
it
like,
really real?
Yeah, like, and that's me not going back and checking the references and not reading. Yeah. But I'll be feeling great when I'm like, actually, let me show you this book. Exactly. Or let me show you this article, and this person said A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. And that's how you get credible resources. Like,
yeah, I remember I had like a fake Twitter, and I got into it really bad with some white person who tried to say that Black people, the Moors, didn't teach the white people how to bathe. So because I posted a meme on Twitter, and then somebody was like, oh, well, that's not right because, and it wasn't even like a general sense. It was just a meme of the picture. And they were like, that's not right because it's never been said in history that Black people taught white people how to bathe. They had soap way before them. So I'm like, I'm gonna do all my research. Yeah, right. I am about to prove this person wrong. So Moors is a certain, type in a certain section. So I was like looking it up. I'm like, I was sending what's it called, credible resources, and I'm like, this is low. So where do you know that it came from? That it don't. And it's like, oh, well, I was just talking about all of white people after that. And then this was a history page trying to come for me.
I remember I took like the history of, I think it was like Western civilization.
Yeah.
Or it was like technology through history. It was like a deep course where we went all the way back. And it was just like, and I really love history too. Yeah. And it was like this little uppity white brother. I'm gonna call him the white brethren. But the teacher was talking about like the Muslims, like the Moors, all these different people in Africa and in the Middle East and all these things. And he was just like, you left out like Europeans, like what were they doing? The teacher, I believe he was white, or no, I think he was Middle Eastern too. He was like, I'm sorry to tell you at this time, like they was basically encased still. Like it was like they weren't really like contributing like anything to technology like, at this time.
And they be so mad when you tell them that.
He was I loved it though, because I was just like,
because it's
like what could you say? Like, and he was like, but we're going to get to them. They're just not here yet. Yeah. And I was just like, I mean,
it's facts. Yeah.
Like, yeah. No shit.
Yeah, they really try to erase stuff like that, and that's why I made it my point to really put this person on blast because then
your history page.
Yeah, and then racist white people start coming for me in my comments, like, oh, saying the N-word. I don't know how, it's like, of course it's a fake Twitter, but I'm like, of course, portraying myself as Black. But I'm like, y'all, they are so weak, and then we had a whole thread, and then when he was like, oh, I didn't do that research, or whatever, like, oh, I didn't know it was this, blah, blah. I felt like, vindicated. All of these people are so stupid. And I just felt so like, duh.
But I'm like, at least he's able to admit
like,
it's like the other people, what you gonna do, call me? Yeah.
So
like, is that all y'all got?
Exactly. Like, and that's why stuff like that do not faze me. Like, I'm just like, y'all just make yourselves look and sound stupider. Like, what is that gonna do to me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that, like, once I like really like got to the core and like explained it, and then they were we just like squashed it. It was like, yeah, this is, I proved you. He was like, yeah, you proved me wrong. And I accept it, blah, blah, blah.
I love that for y'all. Because it's like, it don't have to be a, well,
yeah, because it's based on, I'm a person who's big based on facts. And I like a logical conversation. And if they did start trying to like, like try going on me, I'm just like,
it's like you already lost the argument. Like, that's a real debate. You're putting emotion in it. It's not working.
Exactly. So when it came to that conclusion, I'm just like, debate won.
Period.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
So that I feel like we went on a sewer tangent. Yeah. But it's still Black history, y'all.
Yes. We rise.
Yeah. So I feel like just having a credible sense and, like you said, doing the research and actually reading up on articles and not just throwing information out there, because some people do be wrong. Like I seen this dude was talking about, it was more of like the health foods. They was like, oh, if you eat completely just raw foods, you're gonna be like, you're never gonna have to wear a deodorant, all this stuff. And this is not really Black history and stuff, but it's like people just be putting out anything.
Propaganda.
And people just like go for follow it. And then they're promoting they multivitamins or whatever. When it's like you're just hearing this person talk and that's why it's like media is like, the people who really do like just follow media and like whatever it's saying is wrong.
I'm so sad for them.
Yeah, because it's like, how could you even, like, did you do any research? Did you look up if this is real or not? Did you like confirm? Like, I don't know. Like, that's why I'm like not big on sending information or sending stuff like that
without doing like your proper research. That's why I'm one of those people, like, I'm really happy that I majored in what I majored in college, like communication, because we really break down like how to critically analyze communication and where it all comes from. And when you really understand where the media comes from, it's very scary. Like, because the people who run the media, they're not people who are for the people, let alone the black people. Like, they're not for the people at all. But when your skin tone get darker and darker, you realize like it's like they're actually really against you. Exactly. And everything you see in the media, like, it gets annoying, but you do have to take with a grain of salt. And they will tell you anything, and then they will like use the media to discredit. Look at Dr. Sebi. Yeah. Like, they would use the media, and he literally went to court and won. Like, and they still use the media to like discredit him. Look at Nick Cannon. Like, all these things, like, the media can literally rewrite history. Yeah. And the way the media cycle is now is you can erase history so fast. Just even them saying like Jeff Bezos is the richest man in history. Yeah. A black African man was the richest man in history. Hundreds of years ago. Hundreds of years ago. Like,
was still the richest man.
Yeah, and it's not like you don't get wealth like assets. It's like not liquid money at the end of the day. Like, this man had gold. Like solid gold. Yes. Like, that's how you attain wealth. And it's just like so much that the media like teaches you, and not only the media from TV, the media from textbooks. Like, there's a reason why in American schools they start Black history with slavery. Yeah. Like, that's really crazy. Like, that your whole reference about your people is based on slavery. It's crazy. Yeah. So I think it's very important for us to be critical thinkers. Definitely. I think it's important for us to read. If you don't like reading books, at least read the articles before you send them, my way at least, or any other way, and just be vigilant and be critical. Yeah, I totally agree, because I even seen Wilson was telling me that in China, like, it was this little girl who was in a restaurant with a black man, and then the girl was probably like 6, talking about, I don't like black people, I don't this, I don't that, blah blah blah, like, and then like he was even saying like it pissed him off to see that. But it's like, you really have to be mindful what the parents are teaching these kids. And they said it was like and then of course it's not a credible source, but he was saying like other people were saying in China, when they teach English, they teach about negativity in black communities. Like, I'm sure anti-blackness is global.
So they're teaching these kids young.
And even it's global to the point, I don't know if I told you, I had an Ethiopian friend, and she told me she was afraid of black women. Wow. And I was her first black friend, and she was just like I have to admit this to you, and I like kudos for her. She wasn't coming at it in a negative way. She was like, I was literally afraid to look at black women in the eye because I thought they were going to curse me out, and that gets into what we were talking about with the black woman trope as being angry black women. And I'm like, after she was telling me how she felt, she was like, you showed me like not all African Americans are the same. I'm like, who taught you this? Yeah. She said that's what they show on TV. In Ethiopia, the motherland. The first skeleton is found where? In Ethiopia. Yeah. And they're teaching black people in Ethiopia to fear African Americans, that we commit crime, that we steal, that we're just negative. And that like seeps, like that was just crazy to me. A person who looked just like me was afraid of me. Girl. Like, that's how deep the manipulation of media gets. Like, exactly. It's really like not acidic, but it's just dirty. Toxic. It's wicked. It's really wicked. It is. And the crazy thing is too, me and my mom, and it's kind of like a different-ish topic, but it's still like in a way like, are you crazy? So at the little Ethiopian store up there, we were like super cool with them. We grew up with them. We talked to them often. And then it was
something about, like, I don't know how the topic of Jesus popped up with my mom and talking to the guy, and then she was like, wait, what do you think Jesus looked like? He was like, a white man. See? These people, the original creators of, that's where Christianity started. Y'all think, and it's just, that's a whole nother,
but sheesh.
That's a whole nother topic. It's like, my mom was like, they look like you, like, this is where he was at. Like, how do y'all not being taught this, or y'all come on? I don't know. It's just it's
sad, but it's media from books to television to music to, and it's fear mongering and teaching who's here and who's there. Ain't no way Jesus is blonde with blue eyes. Ain't no way.
No.
And the Bible says hair wool.
Girl,
like, it literally says these things. Like, how would somebody be white in the like Middle East? Like at that time, everything was like it don't make sense. Make it make sense. Blue eyes, white skin. How did the sun not make his skin tan and dark?
Yeah, even if it's not, like, it don't make sense, y'all. And stop just stop trying to follow that same thing. Like just
it's a false narrative.
Yeah, at least be open minded. Cause I feel like.
Be grounded in somewhere in reality.
Yeah, in reality, because this just don't like be like open to like do the research to find out for yourself that is like totally a lie. But I just like that was just so sad to like hear from somebody like that. Like, you know, y'all are where the like
it started, y'all.
Yeah. So
hey, but all you could do is learn and be compassionate and be critical and just like that's why you don't need education in a institution. You just have to have the willingness to educate yourself on the things that affect your life and that make the world go round.
Yeah, and don't put biases on facts. Like that's the thing. It's like make things facts. Like if y'all just coming up with these ideas on biases just because racism or this is what they're putting out, like do the research behind it yourself to see if that's even true, you know. So
I agree.
That we went on a tangent,
but it was much needed.
Definitely. I feel like we talked about music and culture and that, but this little tangent just shows like what we should really be doing our research on and like figuring out how we could be as Black people more mindful and more focused on, you know, facts and and not just spewing nonsense.
And so we talked about like how we could do better and all that, and it is Juneteenth. So let's get into like some of our favorite things about Black culture. Like, outside of music, outside like maybe even some of your favorite Black people in culture. Like
for me, I have so many. I feel like I have so many favorite Black people. Like I love Black people so much. Like I just get so happy. Like when I think about like just, I don't know, Black culture in this whole. Like I'm so appreciative that I am Black, and I'm just like I love it. But I feel like some of my favorite like Black experiences like is how you said even like the barbecue and just like feeling like I'm connected because like it could be somebody I don't. Like it's not blood family, but I'll still feel comfortable and connected at a place like that. Like even when I went to on Saturday, just like that, everybody's welcoming, that family vibe, like just I don't know, it just makes me feel so like heart is full and I'm just enjoying my time with them and like we all just on a good vibe. Like I love stuff like that, and even like I don't know, it's just like really the gathering of like-minded Black people and just like fun and we just vibe and the funny uncles like you said, like just that uncles. I just love the family trope. Like even thinking of like because I don't know if I mentioned this on thing, but half my family comes from Jamaica. A lot of them are still like that side. A lot of them are still in Jamaica, but my dad's side was like African American, the Black culture. So a lot of that I learned from that side because my Jamaica side was more of like.
Are there any like things in like Jamaican culture that are like maybe unique or very similar to African American culture?
I feel like definitely, but with because my grandparents and my mom like they're like full Jamaican, so they are like the different type of Jamaican. Because it's like I feel like it's like two different type of Jamaicans, y'all. It's the Rastas and the laid back, smoke weed, chillin', turn like that type. Actually, it might be a whole plethora, but and then it's like the Christian kind of like they were like
conservative.
Yeah, and I feel like my grandpas my grandparents were very conservative. My grandpa was more like, my grandma was very conservative. My grandpa was more like conservative, but he still like taught us like stuff about Jamaican culture and like the foods and stuff, and just like his experience with that. But overall, I don't feel like I got the full type of
Jamaican experience.
Yeah, it was more of like, because they came out here trying to better their life. They came out here trying to conform to American society. But talking to my grandma, like, of how life was out there, it's interesting to see how, like, I don't know, it's like, wow, like, why you act like this did? You know? Like, not like that, because, like, she grew up, like, on a farm. Like, they climbed trees and ate honeycomb and then just, like, experienced life. And, like, her grandpa would, like, grow stuff. I don't know, it's just,
she integrated into American culture.
Yeah, and I feel like
sometimes that's, like, a survival thing.
I think so, and I feel like that generation that did, because she's, like, I guess she's, like, the boomers. They were like, oh, this is the American dream. We have to act like this to fit in. We have to do this to fit in. Like, she became a nurse when she came out here. It was like, oh, I have to be like this
upright citizen, do the right thing. And
but it's like we kind of lost the full culture of experiencing, like, but she was still, it wasn't like she was fully like, what's it called, conforming. She would still like make the traditional Jamaican foods and stuff like that, and like show us like how she would do certain things in Jamaica. She still has her garden, like she grows stuff her own, and like we have a big old mango tree in the yard, a big old avocado tree, and she'll just tell us how to like, how they were like doing that in Jamaica and planting and like the seasons to plant stuff like that. So she's very much still a farm girl at heart, and she gets to, I get that experience from her of like learning how to like have a green thumb and learning when to plant stuff and just like that type of experience. But it was like the full like Jamaican experience was kind of not fully there. But with my dad's side, I feel like that's where I got most of like the cookouty, like that type of feel, like just like the southern, because they were originally from Indiana, and that's kind of, I don't know what Indiana is that southern, like
Midwest,
yeah, but it was like
below Illinois or to the side of Illinois. Insert map
for
here.
real, because shoot, I did not know.
Yeah, I think Indiana is somewhere in there.
Yeah, but they still had the more of like a southern type feel of like the things that they type of cooked and like mac and that type of like homey southern feeling. So I feel like I got to experience two different cultures at like the same time. So I got the black experience and like a Jamaican experience, but most of the time it was me spending time with my Jamaican family. But when I did go to, it's just like, I don't know,
it's like feels full.
Yeah,
full of soul. It's so full.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people put a trope on that, like oh, I'm gonna be more like I don't know, people don't appreciate that for a culture itself too. So I feel like that is where I feel like most, I don't know, like just the most like connected.
I feel like I kind of like used to be like that, like and I feel like Tyler Perry kind of made me like that, because it was just like I feel like for a long time he spoke to one black experience, and then black people start looking at the black community as like that experience, like the Medea, like, and we do have that, but like we're like not a monolith, and there's so many different layers to black people, and there's so many different kind of like nuances, and like Jamaican black culture, or like African American black culture, or like black people down south compared to black people in Northern America, or like even if you get to like the global scale on the Pan-African thing, the Nigerian African experience in Nigeria based, or the Nigerian experience based in London. Like, those are two different things. But I feel like as I got older, it's just like I kind of don't stray as much away. I just try to appreciate the different layers and the different culture, because it's so enriching. And it's so like, it's beauty in it all. And I used to just like even like the kind of comedy, like I used to think like certain like old school comedy was just like like that coon but now it's like I appreciate it a little bit more, because it's like it all has history and it all kind of comes from somewhere else. And like black people are so strong, and like that's why we're so funny, because it's like even my uncle at the cookout, he was saying some crazy things to like Killian, and Killian was looking like, who said this to you? Like, it had to be some, because my uncle's from Texas. He was like, it must be like the most racist people out there. But I feel like black people have this special, unique thing where they turn like, they their bad experience into joy and laughter, and just like they flip it, and like we're so resilient.
Yes.
Like, it's crazy the resiliency we have like as a people. Like,
I totally feel the same way. Like, and like as you said too, I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm appreciating that side of it more too, because before I was really, even when I was like fully younger, I used to discredit my Jamaican side. Like, I didn't tell nobody. Like, I remember my grandpa came up to my school with he was like really into like the Pan-Africanism. He was into like wearing the traditional African clothes. He came to my school, and that, you know, elementary, if they see somebody that's not in the same type of clothes that normal people wear, then they go to like start talking. So I was like so embarrassed, and I'm like, oh my god, like no, like I don't know, I felt so like, you know, like this is not, I don't want people to know that I'm half Jamaican. I don't want people to know. So I'm just like, oh, I'm just black, you know, blah blah blah, not credited that side. But then as I got older, I started like in like high school, it's like, oh, okay, being Jamaican is not bad, like look at as bad, and I started like, oh yeah.
It's like another layer of who you are. It's like peeling back the onion.
Exactly. Like, and I felt like with my dad's side, I felt like before for a minute, it's like, oh, they are kind of like, they always argue. It's just like, you know, just kind of like, but not looking at the good side, just looking at the bad side, like, oh, they're just like a mess sometimes.
Or they just get older.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm like, as I get older, it's like, wow, that's really like, they came from so, it's like and I guess it's when I started figuring out like the true experiences that they had, like growing up and what they had to go through to even get to California, to even, you know, it's like you gotta really appreciate the beauty within that, and it's like like you said, resilience and the strong, and it's like they really like pushed, and survived, and like in a time where it was like
everything was against them, and that's why I have to like sometimes I just sit back and be like, thanks. Like, just thank y'all, like from my great grandma coming out here from Louisiana to start her own business, and like it's like all makes up a part of you, to like the people that I don't know who came before her, who like they was going through so much in the South, and it's like they just kept going because they knew it had to be something that was better, and like they sowed like with their tears, their blood, their sweat, they sowed the roads that would be the future. And it's like, now I'm here, I'm well spoken, I'm doing a damn thing, I'm breaking cycles. And it was like, all that can only happen based on the people who came before me. So it's like, you gotta appreciate it.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what's like, the time is like showing, just like, I don't know, like, wow, like they were really like about that. And then I'm like, so thankful that I don't have to experience the same things that they did to get to this point, and me to be able to live the life that I'm living right now. And you know, because who knows, like if they never, because both of my sides of family came to California and then had me, y'all. But I feel like even that experience, to be able to have grown up in California and like live this life, and instead of being somewhere like a random town and who knows,
or no shade, like somewhere where we have to like, because we experience racism in different ways.
Yeah,
so like, imagine being in somewhere where they called us a nigga to our face.
Never. Like I've and that's the thing, is like I've never experienced something like that.
Like overt racism.
Yeah, and I never, like I feel like I haven't, you know, I thank God, and I think like for my life experiences that I never had to be in a situation where mostly at all any like type of racism, because like growing up, and I feel like, and that's what I'm so appreciative about my family too, is growing up I went to all like mostly all black schools and like charter schools and private schools, but black charters and private. So it was like I was never felt isolated. I never felt like I was the only one. Only when I moved to Arizona for like a year, and that was like, but it was still Hispanic based, and I felt more comfortable, or instead of like a full-on white school. So that I didn't really have. I didn't have any racist experiences even there, so I'm just grateful that I have never had that, or have never had that experience where I'm feeling like lower or like lesser because somebody, like these people are ganging up on me because I'm black, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I've never had an experience where I felt, maybe sometimes with Hispanic people, because like I was into my rocker phase, and they would ask me like weird questions like, why is your hair not growing? Because it's a weave. It's a weave. Leave me alone. But it's like I always like, I grew up like full of black people around me. Like I remember my childhood just being like more black people than I have in my life now, just like surrounded in the 90s. I don't know, I just feel like that's why I'm like they put everybody in jail.
Something, like, I swear to you,
it was just so many black people around me, and I'm just like, I know I wasn't tripping, but like just I just remember me moving from this area. I spent a year, like, we moved to like 111th in Normandy.
I think look, because I moved to 105th in Normandy.
Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't go to Washington High. Like, pregnant or something. But yeah, that's the only time where like, I feel like my blackness stood out, but it was like from other black people. Oh. Like the black people tried to like, why do you talk like that?
I had
like,
that experience too.
Yeah, and I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, like, and I didn't look at them as any different, but I felt like a lot of the black kids that we went to like that school with, they felt automatically thought we were better than them somehow. And we was just chilling. Yeah. But we would have to like fight people at school, and like they would try to test our gangster. And I'm sorry, but we with it. Like, period. Yeah. So like I felt like sometimes weird about people in my own community, but I just take it with a grain of salt because it's just like differences. Like I feel like the way I I had an African friend that came here, and I had to apologize to her. I don't know. Did you ever meet Pita?
Yes, I think I know you. I think so.
I met her in middle school, and I used to call her African booty scratcher and just really come at her neck. And in high school, I had to apologize to her because I was like, oh, because people make me feel like other, now I have somebody else to make feel like other. And I was like, I'm sorry, because like we are so much alike and we are so much different, but I appreciate you nonetheless. Exactly. And I'm sorry for adding to whatever bullying that you was already experiencing by being African in a predominantly Hispanic school already, in a area where you don't know what the fuck is going on. You barely speak the good English, and it's just like, why was I adding on to that? Yeah,
like, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, how you are able to admit and able to like have apologized, especially in high school. A lot of people don't like
get to that point.
Yeah, to even like admit where they're wrong in certain like judgment of someone else, just to, you know, like how you said, just to, because you felt isolated, you was like, okay, I can finally get out of this and make somebody else feel like that. Yeah. So I won't be looked at like that. So I totally get that.
I was fighting for my black card. Yeah. But speaking of black cards, what are some things that like you feel like people have tried to take your black card with? I think, or that add to your black card, either way.
So the first thing is when people try to take it away, like you said, I felt like I had people in like when I was in high school who try to say like, oh, what? Why you talk like that? Like you don't sound like, why you talk white? And it's just like, what?
I think that's so ignorant because I feel like that's self-hate. Yeah. Because I feel like we don't talk white, we just talk English. Yeah. And we talk in the way that we talk. But what do y'all expect black people to sound like? That's my question. Like, me and Dana talk about that all the time. Like, when people be like, you don't talk black or you don't act black, what do you think? Like, am I supposed to be screaming?
Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do?
Do you consider black people align that with, like, improperness or, like, like, what, like, that's some self-hate, like, weird, like, like it's weird. It's like you doing racist, like, like, matrix with yourself. Like,
I feel like that. And it wasn't too many times where it's like people are ganging up on me talking about you just a white washed black girl, blah blah blah. It was just like some people was just like why you talk like a girl, you sound white, blah blah. But it's like I was just like that kind of like threw me, and I'm just like
what?
Yeah, like then it's like how am I? I started trying to be like Michael, like how am I talking? Like what am I? You know, like I'm not here trying to be white, and it's like then I was thinking like, okay, am I gonna have to like prove like prove my blackness? And it was never in a like a oh I'm about to fight this, I'm gonna fight her to prove that I'm black. It was more so like just like I don't know, like maybe I should try to like change the way I act around you know this group of people or whatever. But overall, I'm like I'm myself. I'm not about to like try to like
prove myself,
change to fit in or change myself, because it wasn't like I'm not like oh I'm gonna be like talking like that, like you know trying to be like really like trying. It was
Remember that Reddit thing we read, and she was like, her roommate was black and asked her why she talked like that. She's like, now I never want to live with another black person.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy.
That was crazy. But yeah, it wasn't that far.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was just like, I felt like that was the way where I felt like, okay, like, my blackness was a little bit tested. Like, why did she talk like that? There's like, cause she said it in the crowd, and I'm just like, what? Like, there's like everybody.
All
like,
eyes on me.
Yeah. I don't know. That's not the way I talk. But and something to add to my black card. Let's see.
Or like when you like think you be like, I'm black as hell for doing this, or like it's some things that are just like, I am black as hell for doing.
Dang, I'm trying to think, cause I do have stuff like, I feel like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Cause I feel like the trope, the stereotypes are like, well, everybody loves watermelon.
Yeah.
I love watermelon. I like fried chicken. I don't love it, but
you know where that trope comes from, the watermelon thing?
Yes, I do.
That's people. White people, I low key be wanting to have like a white racist person, not on the podcast, but talk, cause they be coming up with the most crazy ways to describe, like, what? If y'all don't know, black people after slavery, like one of the main like ways they made money is like by sharecropping and farming, and one of the main products that they farm was watermelons, and they were gaining financial freedom through that. And they turn into a fucking stereotype. That is crazy.
That they lazy, that all they do is sit and eat water. Like, that's
even like
crazy.
The fact that they say black people steal, y'all still humans.
They're the number one stealers in the whole world. They go to countries and steal all of the resources. Yeah.
Like, and then y'all steal for no reason, because I'm still trying to figure out, y'all came over here for spices, like, and y'all don't use them.
Exactly.
Y'all don't use them in y'all food. Y'all don't use them in y'all medicine. Me and my wife talk about these things. I was like, what did they come here for? Like, he was like, baby, I don't know.
To give disease and spread hate and make people miserable.
It's crazy.
This is their disease, low key. They were a disease. They were like really spreading
smallpox and everything else.
And then just killing people off. And they took it over. You know, if we think about it like that, like imagine like, if you look at
a virus.
Yeah, I swear. It's like a virus.
All shade, no tea.
Period.
Period.
Period, though. So, overall, I'm just like, I don't know. This whole thing went on a tangent of white people, but yeah, overall, that's our experiences with the black community. This is like, we are in a time here. It's been dragging on, but not dragging on in a negative way though. I feel like we've touched on some really solid points and even had some lightheartedness within the black community and like the different music types and stuff. But this was a fun episode for sure.
I did.
And okay, so I still want to get into our music corner. I have a group, y'all, that I've been listening to non-stop. So they're called Flying a Boss. They're kind of growing on like social media now, like TikTok and stuff. They're like kind of blowing up. But I heard the songs, like they have this. It's like I'm gonna show you after, and I'll try to insert a clip of their music if they don't copyright it, blah blah. But their songs are like just bop. I feel like their album's going.
I'm excited to hear.
Yeah, it's what I'm gonna be listening to this summer. Like the beats knock, the rap is, the flows are so good. It's like. I feel like that's what quality rappers are. Like quality, especially like female, like just like
these female rappers been
eating. Like they're the top. Like what male rapper right now is really like putting like heat out.
I can't
like these girls.
The only people is, to me is Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, true. Only because of course Kendrick gonna put out some heat. Yeah. But it's like who's new. That's really like taking over and really like
none of them, and they all most of them sound the same. That's the problem. All these rap girls, they all sound different. Like some of them, they making the same type of music, but it's so many different like type of rap girls to choose from. I love it. Like,
I love it too, and they like these two girls. They look like. I don't know their age, but they look young. They look like it's just like that new, fun, fresh type of
vibe.
Yeah, and just like I'm just living life. I'm cute. I'm like just having fun, and that's like I don't know. That vibe is just it. Yeah, and that's the vibe for summer. Like, I hope they make a lot, like, drop some new tracks too, because they just dropped a new video for one of their ones that was going viral on, like, Twitter and stuff. So I hope they, like, drop some new, like, summer music too. Because I've been listening to, like, the whole, for real.
I can't wait. I'm about to listen to
that. I'm going to show you. But yeah, I feel like those are, like, I hope they blow up, and, like, I just hope they just, like, are the next rappers on top. I hope they go to, like, Lotto status, all of these people status, like.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like I've been listening to a lot of Bali Baby. Like, she's been around for a little bit, but I just love an alternative black girl. Yeah. Like, she rapping, but she got the rock star vibes. Y'all know I'm all about the black rock stars over here. Like, that's where I hail from. So it's just like, I love that she's like, her cover on like Apple Music is her like rocking out on the guitar. Cool. But she's like really rapping. It's like hood rap. So it's like, I feel like I could relate because she's on her rock star thing, but she in the hood, just not like taking shit from nobody.
And I love that. Like, even the style, I love to see black alternative girls like with just that style, and they just like unapologetic.
They eat every time. Yes. Like, they eat it up every really time. That's why I love it. Like,
yeah, I'm like, dang, I just tried, but I'm like, that is totally not my vibe. But I appreciate that vibe for the girls who got that vibe for sure.
So Bali Baby, the song I like, I think it's called Banana Clips, and it's just like she's just talking about everything we can relate to. Like, if you was not with me on my come up, then we are not gang. Yeah. And baby girl, I just want to change. Like, I love it. Like,
I love it too. Yeah. I'm gonna need to listen. I haven't. I probably have, but I haven't like fully went into like her discography or anything. Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna look.
You know, like when that room with all the graffiti was in the back and all those girls was going viral. It was you told me about it too, and I was like, I already heard it. It was like a whole bunch of girls going viral on Twitter, and it was a room full of paint and graffiti, and one of the girls was screaming.
Dang it.
But it was kind of a bop. We gonna look it up.
Oh, was her big clip?
Yes, I love it. Like,
that was a little stretch for me.
I liked it, but
I felt like it was good, but it was like,
I'm not going back and listening to it all the time, but I love that it exists. Yeah. I just love black girls just being multifaceted, being a rock star rapper, being a city girl rapper. We got Meg going to college. We got Mona Lisa having a baby. We got it's just so much variety, and I just love seeing Sweetie from the West Coast. We can't forget about her, Sweetie.
She making that Barbie music. She was on the new Barbie soundtrack. I love that too.
So, and on the first episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
I was like, Sweetie, she gonna get her bag. Yeah, like, she might not be the best rapper, but she's the best marketer to me. Like, her team is working. Like, is it Chris Jenner? Who is it? Like, they be working overtime.
I love that for her though, for sure.
So just take a second to go listen to a new female rapper. Because no matter what type of genre you're into or what kind of vibe you're going for, there's a female rapper that's gonna be there.
Period. Like, so multifaceted, so I don't know, the creative. I just feel like it's so many different genres and so many different I feel like it's a type for every girly. Like every girl. It's like you can have a music artist that fits your vibes.
I think that's why I kind of appreciate Summer Walker so much. Like I know she'd be problematic sometimes. Yeah. She's a little rat. Like but I like that she's a little rat. Like she's not the typical R&B earthy girl, and I feel like that's what a lot of people want from her. Yeah. But she's gonna be herself. She's want to have her babies. She want to be running the streets with these men, and she gonna still make her money and still do what she do. Yeah, and then she gonna have Erykah Badu as her doula one day, and she popping pussy on the internet the next. And I love that for her.
I do too, and I feel like she is not forcing herself into this box. Like how you said, they're just trying to force her, but she's who she is. And I was even listening to her music, and she had a little segment of like she was on the phone, but I'm just like, some people could fake you. Like it's like, oh, that's like overdone and you faking it. Like that's not how you really talk, or that's not how you really like people. Because a lot of these artists are really performers. It's not. They're not really who these people are in behind the scenes. But I feel like she's really expressing herself the way she is and who she truly is. So shout out to you, Summer.
the day was like multifaceted and like all the different levels of Black people.
Yes, I love it too, because I love me some Black people, y'all. And our culture in all the different ways.
It sets tone for worldwide culture.
Period. Yeah.
It does.
Exactly, because that saying is too real. Everybody want to be one until it's time to really be one. So yeah, that wraps up our episode, guys. Yes. We hope you liked it.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, make sure you guys are subscribing. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and just let us know what Black experience you guys are like the best, and which like Black genre of music you like the best. Just anything, anything Black.
Just use this time to celebrate the Blackness. Yes. Even if you white, you Asian. Y'all know y'all love Black people too, so let's all get celebrated.
That's what it's all about.
Juneteenth. We got our freedom, we got our beauty, we got our multifacetedness, and
we're bringing y'all gems from freaking point A to point Z.
Yes.
So be appreciative, y'all, and respectful.
And make sure y'all stream wherever y'all listen to podcasts.
Yes.
Yes. So
bye.